Live from TV2 Studios at Kent State University, it's The Agenda with Casey Braun.
Who's a good boy? Who's a Welcome to the season premiere of The Agenda. If you were expecting a KSU basketball game replay, you must really hate yourself. Let's do this, bitch. Kent State recently held a VIP party for all returning freshmen. God, why? The party celebrated the completion of what many consider to be the most difficult semester in college. Most difficult? False. My first semester was a piece of cake. When you whiny sons of bitches get past college writing 1 and 7 ideas that shook the universe, then and only then may you come crying. Just listen to these classes that you have to deal with as a junior, okay, when you get down to the real nitty-gritty, all right? Photoshop 1, fairy tales, wines of Northeast Ohio, human sexuality. Okay, you know what? It looks harder on paper, okay? That's what she said. Popular soup restaurant Zoop Works is looking to change its name. Here are some suggestions just off the top of my head. Poop Works, Butt Soup, Pee Pee Doo Doo Fun Fun House, Whoop Zerks, Penis Land. Okay, so they're not that clever, but come on, anything's better than Zoop Works. It's stupid. Kent State is still in search for a new provost after Bob Frank decided to leave Kent State and take the missionary position of president at the University of New Mexico. This leaves the position of provost and senior vice president of academic affairs open for...
That's right, Casey. At Kent State, I'm getting ready to start the magnificent fanfare of Who Wants to Be a Provost.
Is that a real thing?
Let's get this show started.
We really doing this?
Dylan, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks.
How are you feeling?
A little bit nervous, but
Yeah?
feeling pretty good.
All right, now before we begin, let's take a look at some of the questions contestants have had to answer so far. How do you spell Kent? Is it K-E-N-T, C-E-N-T, K-E-N apostrophe T, or A-K-R-O-N?
K-E-N-T.
Correct! In what city is Kent State University located?
I believe it's Kent?
Yes! What is Kent State University's official mascot?
The Golden Flash?
You are correct!
Yeah!
All right, Dylan, are you ready to continue?
I think so. I think I am.
All right, let's play. Who wants to be a provost? Dylan, your second to last question. Of the following celebrities, who attended but did not graduate from Kent State University? Was it A, Drew Carey, B, Michael Keaton, C, Joe Walsh, or D, David Sedaris?
I'm going to take a risk here and say that it's a trick question and none of them graduated from Kent State University.
You are correct! All right. Dylan, your final question. It's time to determine if you are ready to be Kent State University's next provost. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Dylan, what is a provost?
Wait, don't I get any options?
No, not this time.
Well, that's fair, I guess.
10 seconds, Dylan.
I believe it is
7 seconds.
system of pulleys, maybe.
5,
no options on the last.
4, 3,
It's
2, 1. I'm sorry, Dylan.
So what was the answer?
We don't tell you that.
Oh. Shocking.
Well, I'm sorry, Dylan, but
Shocking.
it looks like you will not be Kent State
All right.
University's
Yep.
next provost. The security will escort you
Yeah,
out of the
no,
building.
I don't.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for tonight. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Quinn's Shoehorns. Slip it in with a Quinn. Back to you, Casey.
Well, I guess we won't be having a new provost for a while, but I wonder what a provost really is. Disney Park employees can now participate in Octobeard. After 60 years of clean-shaven cast members, the mouse is finally letting them sport beards and goatees. The Seven Dwarfs can be free from scrutiny. But I still don't understand one little thing. Why has Disney had such a stick up its ass about a freaking soul patch when it lets trampy little whores like Vanessa Ann Hudgens grace the Disney Channel? No one has forgotten about those leaked naked pictures. No one. I know I sure haven't. That's right. I switched the safe search off on Google a time or two. I am not ashamed. Priorities, Disney. Priorities. Internet users and big-name websites are celebrating their victory over the SOPA and PIPA bills. For those of you that spend too much time browsing TMZ online, had SOPA passed, it would have increased censorship of the web to prevent yo-ho piracy. For those of you who don't know what piracy is, it's the illegal use of copyright material. For those of you who don't know what copyright material is, read a book. Several websites joined in protesting this bill with a 24-hour blackout. To explain just what the Hades is going on, we welcome Stuart Minkus, our web extraordinaire. Stu.
Thank you, Casey. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so tell us why these protests were so successful in shutting down the bill.
Well, with today's technology, we have strength in numbers. It's good stuff.
How so?
Well, over 75,000 websites participated in the blackout last week. That's monumental, Casey. Monumental.
Well, I like your enthusiasm.
It was a grand day. I didn't get my research paper done, though. That was a bummer.
What does that have to do with SOPA at all?
Wikipedia was blacked out the night before, so couldn't get any research done.
I should have seen that coming. But tell me why stopping this bill was so important to you.
My blogs, vlogs, high scores, video mashups of the Big Bang Theory episodes, and Metallica's greatest hits. I refuse to be censored. I will not be silenced.
I can't imagine how devastating that would have been for you. But at least the protests worked.
Plus, it didn't hurt that I hacked Congress's server.
You what?
I just made a few small changes.
Wait, what do you mean you made small changes?
Oh, I just took it upon myself to postpone voting on the bill.
But no, wait a minute. How?
It's easy, Casey. You'd be amazed at what I can do with the push of a button.
You hacked TV2's server?
Yeah, I did.
well, hey, change that back. That's not even a clever name.
Say it, please.
Hey, I don't have time for this. Can we just lose his feed or something? Jeez, what a lunatic.
Still here.
Somebody get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I'm still here.
Thank you. Jeez. We have enough nut jobs in the studio already. Well, don't you dare move an inch. The Agenda's season premiere will be right back after this wonderful explanation of where babies come from, where your tuition really goes.
Student Center, 1.99%. Student Media, 0.22%. Intercollegiate Athletics.
There's two things I know: football and pie.
5.43%.
Very sex.
Keeping the rest of the pie for the president.
I'll leave this in a plan.
Priceless. Can't buy. For everything else, there's students' tuition.
Oh my God, so good!
Welcome back to the Agenda. Well, when you think of memorable Super Bowl commercials, catchy songs, beer, and hot girls come to mind. Now, thanks to no-name presidential candidate Randall Terry, bloody dead babies will be added to the list. That's right. Terry's graphic pro-life campaign ads will air during the biggest sports event of the year, which is great. Because I know when I'm kicking back, slightly buzzed and full of nacho cheese and hot wings, I'll definitely want to see dead baby jokes coming to life. This comes as no surprise to me, though, seeing as how Terry once donned a lab coat and stood outside a senator's office. But that's not the weird part, folks. He proceeded to stab babies with a scalpel and throw them over his shoulder like a Continental soldier, while a man dressed as Obama handed them to him. Moral of the story? Men, think before you score, or next we'll be seeing anti-abortion commercials on the Disney Channel. Well, in a surprising turnaround, South Carolinians awarded Newt Gingrich approximately 40% of the vote in the South Carolina Republican primary on Saturday. Political correspondent Lisa Gulasse joins us to explain how. Lisa, how?
Well, Casey, all you need to understand how Newt Gingrich won the South Carolina primary Saturday is a dictionary and a map.
A dictionary. Please explain.
Sure. Newt is the most unique presidential hopeful's name since, well, Barack. But what exactly is a newt? According to the Merriam-Webster.com, newt is any of various small salamanders that are usually semi-aquatic as adults. And boom! Reason number one why Newt Gingrich won the South Carolina primary.
I don't get it.
Casey, one of South Carolina's six nicknames is the Swamp State. Semi-aquatic salamander. Don't be such a newt.
Did you just call me a newt?
Yeah, I did. But now I'm using it in its slang dictionary definition, in which newt means a stupid person, a dull and uninteresting person, and then boom! Reason number two why Newt Gingrich won the South Carolina primary. He's relatable.
Because he's unintelligent?
Well, yes, sir. The 2010 U.S. Census results rank South Carolina 49th in graduating high school students. Not to mention only about 23% of its current residents hold a master's degree. And did you know that South Carolina is Georgia's northern neighbor? Boom! Reason number three why Newt Gingrich won the South Carolina primary.
Okay, now you completely lost me.
Casey, how did you get this job?
Housewives find me relatable.
Okay, everyone knows that Babyland General, the hospital where Cabbage Patch Kids are born, is in Cleveland, Georgia. And I think we can all agree that Newt Gingrich looks like what happens when a Cabbage Patch Kid grows up and hits a midlife crisis.
Well, we can agree on that. Any departing words, Lisa?
Of course I have departing words, Casey. South Carolina, I understand why you voted for Newt Gingrich. Newts are usually brightly colored, and once they slither into your eye line, they're pretty hard to ignore. But let me remind you what happened to the Mrs. Trunchbull oppressed children in Matilda who also thought newts were cool. You can bring a newt into your classroom, stick it in your principal's water pitcher, and giggle when she almost drinks it. But remember, you'll feel the Trunchbull's wrath when she picks up the second lowest high school graduating state by its suspenders and tosses it out the window. For The Agenda, I'm political correspondent Lisa Gulasse.
Thanks, Lisa. Entertaining and inspiring as always. Well, pay attention, everyone. Comfort food has just turned deadly. Yes, Paula Deen says, in the words of Wilford Brimley, I have diabetes. The queen of butter, fat, sugar, and bulging stomachs, or just some home-style Southern cooking, announced last week that she has type 2 diabetes. Oh, the wicked wheel of the world. The funny part is, Dean refuses to change the style of her cooking. What determination. So all you crack addicts, keep snorting. Alcoholics, bottoms up, up. And faithful followers of Paula Deen, have those pancakes with extra butter and a side of life insurance. Well, Kent State's 5 best professors have been named. They are the result of a recent survey of over 400 students. One of the professors is the father of the Agenda's own Carter Stanislaw. Can you say conflict of interest? Yes, well, it appears the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Well, a shortage of attention deficit disorder, or ADD, medication has stricken the nation as demand rises for the drug. This is according to the FDA. Now, the Drug Enforcement Agency is fighting with pharmaceutical companies over whether the shortage is a ploy to sell more expensive name-brand drugs like Adderall, or because of restricting limits set by the agency. Adderall and the cheaper generic brands are prescribed to people, especially young adults, who tend,
Casey, pay attention.
Adderall and the cheaper generic brands are prescribed to people, especially young adults, who show symptoms of forgetfulness and disorganization, or to college students with $5. The report was released by the New York Times, which, by the way, had a typo I noticed last week. Here, let Let me show you really quick. It was on page 8. ADHD, or attention deficit high definition disorder, and ADD are the 5th most common disorders reported among young adults, affecting up to 9% of the population. In my opinion, this is absolute bull honky. Everyone should be prescribed an emergency deposit of Adderall as a useful studying tool. You know, kind of like an Asian student or a pencil. The agenda will be right back. Don't you go anywhere.
Welcome back to the agenda. Well, it's officially 2012, and a lot of people have something lingering in the backs of their minds. Can you guess what it is? A little stressor that nobody seems to shake. What am I talking about? The end of the world, of course. The Mayans think we'll all go kersplat come December 21st, and that has some people spooked. Here to comment on the end of days as we know it is William Arthur Crudley II.
Casey, have you started saving supplies, brother?
What?
You gotta start saving supplies, man. The world's gonna end, and there's not gonna be no more pawn shops or dollar stores to get food no more.
Okay, food at a pawn shop? Okay, calm down, calm down. We brought you on to give your opinion on this, okay? Not to freak out. Now, do you really believe that?
Do I? Yeah, I do. See, I've seen TV shows. Mayans are really aliens that can predict the future, and they done previsioned everybody exploding and stuff.
Okay, that's ridiculous. You're not helping at all. Now, what supplies have you been collecting? Okay, change the topic here.
Well, I got me about 3 years worth of beef jerky, porno VHS tapes, you can get those for dirt cheap nowadays, whiskey, candy corn, and marshmallow peeps in the bomb shelter in my backyard.
You have a bomb shelter?
Yes, sir, I do. Prepare for anything, I say. I covered my outhouse in sheet metal and installed a padlock on the door. I figure it'll withstand about 20 nukes, 5 million zombies, and whatever else the apocalypse wants to throw at it.
You're a moron.
Hey, brother, when it's up to me to repopulate the earth because everyone else is dead except for hot women, you'll regret saying that. Start saving now, Casey. Really? The end is nigh!
Oy. Well, speaking of personal health and well-being, according to a study published in the journal Appetit, chewing gum makes you smarter. Chewing gum is supposed to circulate the blood in the brain, which helps with math, and memory. If chewing gum makes you smarter, then I have a question. Why do the bimbos of society chomp away on that garbage like a cow eating grass? There is nothing more annoying than some girl with her mouth wide open, snapping her gum and blowing bubbles in the middle of class. I know it's great practice for your weekend, ladies, but chew with your mouths closed. Well, with the start of a new season of The Agenda, Kent State's only comedy show, I decided it would be a wonderful time to do some investigative reporting. The question, have you heard of TV2? And if so, have you heard of The Agenda? The results may not shock you.
Do you know about TV2?
No, I do not.
Do you know about TV2?
No.
Have you ever heard of TV2?
I have not. No.
No. Sorry, I haven't heard of it.
Does it come on my TV?
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure what channel it's on.
Guess.
What channel? Right.
TV2.
Oh, two.
Do you all know about TV2?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, really? Would you watch a show that makes fun of Kent State?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I like Kent State. Why would you make fun of your own school?
That's.
So, switch schools. Right?
I guess I never considered that option, but.
I mean, yeah, if anyone's going to make fun of it, it should be us. No
Damn right. On TV2KSU, have you ever heard of The Agenda?
Oh, yes, I love that.
Wait, are you still just humoring me, or have you actually?
I'm still just humoring you.
Well, it's a show that makes fun of Kent State. Would you watch a show about that?
Maybe. Most likely.
If it was funny. I might have to check into it.
You might be on it. I get recognized.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Well, I don't recognize you, so.
Actually, since I work here, I get to control the TV. So if you would like, I can put it on Wednesdays at 9 on Channel 2.
That would be splendid.
There you go.
Do you know about TV2?
No, I
don't. Would you like to know about TV2? Do you know about The Agenda?
Yes.
Do you know that the host is awesome?
Did not know that.
He's right in front of you.
I was going to say, I heard he was kind of lame. Just kidding.
Oh. Well, that hurts. Just kidding, nothing hurts.
So you see, what I actually discovered is many KSU students are really lame. I mean, seriously, I thought most of us abandoned things like student council, corsages, cheerleader whoredom, and school spirit in high school. Grow up. All right, well, okay, cheerleader whoredom actually converted to sorority whoredom, but we abandoned the rest. I mean, come on. The agenda will be right back. Welcome back to The Agenda. Well, Kent State's iconic mascot Flash has inspired millions over the course of the school's history. Yeah, maybe inspired them to nausea. Well, recently there were open auditions giving students the opportunity to climb inside that bulky, sweaty monstrosity. One lucky student did end up getting the position, but our staff at TV2 sent in their audition tapes as well, and we have them now for your viewing pleasure. Enjoy. Why didn't I make it into that montage? I swear I don't dance like that sweaty, hairy dude that hangs out by himself at prom, a.k.a. John Jankowski. Well, that's our show for tonight. Be sure to check us out online all the time in HD on TV2KSU.com. And don't forget to follow The Agenda on Twitter at The Agenda on TV2. We say some good stuff. And if you don't follow, we will find out and you will be spanked, and not in the fun way. Tweet at us and tell us if you like our show, and if you don't, shut the hell up. For The Agenda, I'm Casey Braun wishing you love and luck. Good night.